In this edition of Condo Culture, we go inside Plaza's 1 million square foot Toronto City Centre development. Tour its comfortable and elegant interiors and give you tips on why it's so important to find the right condo builder. Welcome to Condo Culture. I'm Ellie Paris. Today I'm coming to you from King West Condominiums, located in the heart of one of Toronto's most thriving neighborhoods, Liberty Village. This 2-bedroom plus den unit has over 1,100 square feet of generous living space, 2 full bathrooms, and a tremendous terrace overlooking the northeast views of the city. This is part of the newest residential construction by Plaza, and this builder has been working on this cityscape for the past 3 decades.
Transformation has taken place here in the last 10 years to make Liberty Village probably one of the most vibrant, exciting neighborhood, downtown urban communities in North America. It's a model, it's become a complete model for a downtown urban setting and a real sense of community. As you walk around Liberty Village, people are walking their dogs and pushing strollers, and we wanted to be a part of that ingenuity and that growth. And we were excited 6 or 7 years ago when we had the opportunity to purchase land and come up with what we were going to have in terms of our company, the biggest project we've ever done with 1,195 suites.
The use of the brick, even the use of the smaller windows, unlike many of the other buildings which have big sheets of glass, was a conscious decision to tie back to the industrial past of that era. And that's what we tried to do. In the variation of heights, the 6-story component and then the 10-story component on top of which the towers sit, was very much an homage to industrial architecture and an homage to the past of that area, which was at one point the industrial heart of the city of Toronto.
It's interesting because the people in Liberty kind of, they go out in Liberty, they live in Liberty, they shop in Liberty, so it's a close-knit little crowd.
It's a really fresh area. There's everything I need here. You know, grocery shopping, my tanning salon, my nail bars, everything I need is here. Like, it's just so convenient for me being like a young single person in the city also. It's very safe, which I love.
There's quite a bit of construction going on, I'm not gonna lie, but for those that want to move into the area, it's going to be good because that should be all done soon. But yeah, there's just buildings popping up everywhere.
We are here today visiting our son and grandson who live in the area. They've lived here for a number of years now, and it's a great area. We love it. So when we come in from Hamilton, we always make this our first stop here at Balzac. We have a nice coffee and then continue on here to visit our son.
Our group at Plaza were quite surprised by the demographic. Essentially, we figured our target market to be, at the outset of the project, would be a young first-time buyer buying in this new sort of vibrant, up-and-coming community. And yes, we had that as part of our marketplace. We've also seen a number of empty nesters, people that were downsizing that have a place in Florida or somewhere in the sun in the wintertime, and yet they would come back here and be with the grandkids and have a community where they can walk and have a community where they can go to dinner. There's some great restaurants and enjoy, once again, the lifestyle and the area amenities Liberty Village has to offer. So when our group at Plaza started to realize the changing demographic, we did make some subtle changes to our suite designs, and we came up with some larger suites for the empty nesters that wanted to have that second bedroom and a den for the grandchildren coming over, and for the younger couple that were going to end up with their first child here at our King West project.
We've had the pleasure of working with Plaza for over 12 years. We have done about 10 projects for them in various roles. Again, we have been very lucky because we've been part of their transition into urban design and urban building.
Plaza is a company that has been in the condominium business since the early 80s. We have exceeded the construction of 7,000 new homes in the Toronto area, primarily in the downtown core. Our commitment is to our customer. Our commitment is to our relationships that we have with our trades, and we are completely committed to the whole purchaser experience of no deficiencies in your suite when you move in, ongoing customer care, and selling quality at a very competitive price. We think that that is a major part of our brand and our brand existence in the Toronto marketplace.
Next up, sales rep Olivia Torn reminds us of the 3 most important words when it comes to real estate: location, 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 and what that means for potential condo buyers.
Location is extremely important to a first-time home buyer or an investor because you're paying for that particular place. It's a desire, want, and need. You have to ask yourself, do you want to be living close to your workplace? Will you be needing public transportation or using a car? Do you want to be in a commercial district area or a residential area? Once you answer those 4 questions, you can also ask yourself, do you want to live in a certain part on that floor? You want to try to stay away from the garbage disposal, and you also want to stay away from the elevator. Reason being is noise and for resale value in the future. Along with that, take a look at your view. Do you want a view of the city or do you want a view of the lake? Once you're finished with that, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to pay for the location? If you'd like to have a view of the lake, then you're paying for that as well.
In addition to great location, condo buyers are also shopping for unique amenities. Next up, we'll bring you the spectacular entertainment facilities and panoramic views of the city and lake from King West.
Here we are. We're located right now in one of the 3 lobbies at King West in Liberty Village by Plaza. The lobbies are only a part of what makes up the over 20,000 square feet of livable amenity space. It's interesting, when we take a look at amenities and we really study what amenities are, quite frankly, amenities are simply an extension of your home. If you live in a single family home, you have amenities. You may have a swimming pool in your backyard. You may have a pool room in your basement. You may have a golf simulator or a place to drive golf balls. So what we've done is we've tried to take each one of those components and really make them part of your home. When a builder first launches a project, there's a number of criteria that the builder has to follow. So the architect is the one that incorporates all the decisions that are made through the building process. So if we have a condominium that has 1 million square feet, with that 1 million square feet, you have a required amount of amenity space that you must deliver with the condominium project at completion. At that stage, what we do as a builder is we sit down with past residents, brokers, and other groups in the community that are going to help participate in the evolution of the condominium project. They may talk to us about golf simulators, whether they would prefer an indoor or an outdoor pool, whether they would prefer a party room on the ground floor or on the 25th floor. And we incorporate as many of those ideas within the framework that the city and the building code allows us to do in order to deliver a project that is perfect in all respects.
A lot of what urban living is that wonderful interaction of people meeting accidentally, of running into somebody you know, or meeting somebody in line waiting for coffee. We try to engender buildings that allow that to happen. It's very, very important when people are living in smaller and smaller spaces. The spaces become functional. There's where you maybe eat, certainly where you sleep, that's certainly where you might entertain a small number of people, and more where you work. But the reality is, once you get beyond that, where do you go to work out? Where do you go to have dinner? Where do you go to try and have a get-together for somebody's birthday? Well, if you live in first of all, in a building, and second of all, in a community where you can say, hey, I'll meet you at the pub, or I'll meet you at the gym, or let's get the activity room in my condominium for tonight and we'll have a get-together to watch the Super Bowl. Those kinds of things are essential to supporting that kind of lifestyle. And we like to think not in terms of amount of space, we like to think in terms of scenarios. What are the scenarios of people's lives? What does it feel like to get up in the morning, you have an east-facing building, and it's the sunlight that wakes you up? What does it feel like at night when you come home and you pick up your mail and you go to your apartment? Will you meet other people, or will it be a solitary, lonely experience? So all of the spaces that we create are intended to allow people to comfortably interact. I can't overstate how important those casual interactions are. To me, a successful community is when people talk to each other in the elevator. To me, a successful community is when a person walking a dog will come and say to the person leaning against their fence, how was your day today? That, to me, is what those scenarios are what we as architects and we as builders are trying to achieve.
Let's top off the tour of our amenity package up here on the 25th floor. The King West Club has been designed and tastefully completed with the furnishings and finishes that rival any five-star restaurant or any five-star amenity that you can find in the city of Toronto. We have thousands of square feet of terrace space. We have great views of the lakes. We have wonderful views of the city. And this is all yours as a resident here at King West in Liberty Village.
Why is choosing a condo builder so important? One word comes to mind, reputation. Take a look at his past experiences and do your research as a buyer and as an investor. Take a look online, through friends, through media, social media and testimonials, and your local realtor. Has he done any other projects before? What is the customer service like when you actually move in? Will you be happy in the end? When choosing a reputable builder, you end up with the right design, finishes, and quality construction.
Before we go to break, here's a taste of what else we have in store for you in this program.
Normally, as designers, we're challenged to do small suites, but this large one gave us more opportunity.
Welcome back to Condo Culture. I'm Ellie Paris. Today I'm coming to you from King West Condominiums located in Toronto's Liberty Village. Next up, we're headed to the 21st floor to meet interior designer Enid McIntosh. She brings us inside two model suites that offer open concept living and amazing views of the city and picturesque Lake Ontario. You'll be surprised to see that these condos feel more like a house than a condo.
Hi, I'm Enid McIntosh, interior designer at Patton & Associates. I'd like to show you this model suite that we've done for Plaza. It's a corner unit, 2-bedroom plus den. You're going to love the views here. I do. Look at this space. This is so unusual for a condo. This enormous living dining room space. Normally, as designers, we're challenged to do small suites, but this large one gave us more opportunity. We decided to place the dining room at this end, although it well could have been at that end, with a nice oval table on a diagonal to create interest. That partly repeats the hallway, because we're coming on a diagonal. And then our living room is more in the center. And we've grounded this large space by placing a graphic rug, black and white, which is adds a little bit of fun and youth and energy to the space. So really it's a black and white palette, but you may see here that we also have tangerine and lime, just to give it a little more interest, although of course the view is really what we're interested in here. It's the best part of the suite. What's interesting about the model suites here is they all have the same finishes. In other words, the kitchen cabinetry, this dark shaker, can be traditional or modern. I love this dark quality cabinet. We've repeated the same dark wood on the floor, so there's unity in the space. The cashmere white granite countertop, one of my favorites. It's a linear grained granite versus those speckly ones. They're a little busier. This is a calm granite. Cashmere white, one of my favorite. And this sort of gray line that runs through it picks up on the stainless steel appliances. And then we've added a glass backsplash in the same palette to keep it calmer. This is such a big kitchen that you can do a pantry here. Look how much space there is for storage. This doesn't happen in a condo usually. We've only set it up with 2 bar stools and a higher table, but really a round table here with 6 chairs would be wonderful for a family. Here we are in the master bedroom. You can see it has a similar palette to the living room. Black and white with a splash of color, chrome, and mirror, which of course are my favorites. You can see how calm it is. It's large enough to accommodate a large piece at the end of the bed, and you could even do a lounge chair and ottoman to take advantage of the view and really see it here. This model suite is totally different from the last one we just looked at. We have this incredibly long gallery with the bedrooms at the far end and the entertaining space at this end. It's like a house. We have windows on 3 sides, and I love the separation of the sleeping spaces from the entertaining spaces. Both our model suites are 2-bedroom plus den. This den is set up like a media room. We have a day bed, really a twin bed, set up as a day bed, and a television. It could be a guest bedroom, it could be a den, multi-purpose. It has the same color palette as our living room, dining room, so it feels like one space. But you'll also notice that we've left a big open space here. It's a model suite, so in a model suite you want to leave open space. We can have a large group in here, and you can't tell, but there is a large group in here now, and there's lots of room. This is a chef's kitchen. You could even have a sous chef in here with you. Look at all the counter space. An island would be a great addition here if you wanted to add it on wheels, a little personality. But my favorite part is the soft seating. I did this years ago in my own kitchen because I like to watch somebody else cook. And I have always done a little bit of a lower table, and I lounge and eat. It's almost decadent, but it's a pleasure to be able to enjoy the time in the kitchen with the person cooking, or to enjoy just reading the paper in the morning and your coffee and looking at the view. This is city living. You have the luxury of placing the bed under the window, and you shouldn't be afraid of doing that. We have windows on 2 sides here. I would love to wake up to this kind of light in the morning. It's a wonderful place to start your day. And the master ensuite's adjacent, again with a large shower and separate tub. So there's room to enjoy your space and enjoy your time, and a big walk-in closet. What's unique about this condo is the amount of storage space. Remember when we came in, there's that really long gallery? Well, there's 3 full-size closets there. If you're downsizing from a bigger house, you'll have no issue about where to put things. So I wanted to bring that to your attention because that long gallery is so unusual, again, like a house with all that additional space. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the 2 model suites that I've taken you through. I certainly enjoyed showing them to you. They've been a lot of fun to do.
I get asked the question a lot, resale versus pre-construction. If you're looking at resale, the advantage is walking into a unit, visualizing yourself in it, and already planning where you're going to put your furniture. Now the great thing about pre-construction is you get to customize your own unit, pick your own upgrades, design how you like it. And of course you'd be the new building in town. Some builders even offer incentives if you purchase early enough with pre-construction. So as a first-time homebuyer, if you're going from renting to purchasing your first unit, you've got a couple years to save.
Now that we're topping off and we're closing and we're moving people into the tower, our last phase at Liberty Village, the excitement continues within our company. We are involved in some other wonderful communities in the downtown core. If you take a look at Plaza's mission statement, purity. Purity in the way we build, purity in the way we service, purity in our product, and certainly purity in location is paramount. Purity in location is something that we study. We want to be responsible to our purchasers. We want to be responsible to the locations that we're moving into with respect to people that are already living in those particular communities. When we took a look at this particular project, Muse, which is located on Adelaide Street, a little bit east of Bathurst, we are literally in the heart of the King West district. We understand that the area amenities in this particular neighborhood have always been exciting. King West and Portland have some of the best restaurants and boutiques and area amenities that lend to the lifestyle that we are trying to create in a residential application here at Muse. Here within the sales office at Muse, we have built a 765 square foot one bedroom and den suite that is going to represent about 40% of the new homes that we will be building at our Muse project. We have challenged our interior designers to come up with the absolute best specifications they can that a lot of other builders would refer to as their upgrade package. We make it our standard package. Everything that we show you in our model suites and our vignettes are all standard in every home that Plaza builds. Whenever we are involved in a location, whenever we are participating in a new community, between our architecture, between our suite designs, between our amenities, and we think that we are doing our bit, and we certainly hope that we are doing our bit to make our commitment to our city and the growth of our city as paramount as we can.
That's it for this episode of Condo Culture. We'll be back with more of Toronto's top property and design developments. If you want to see more of us, check out our Facebook page, Condo Culture TV. Thanks for watching and see you soon.